The word of the day is perfect, because it's time for my review of Studio Series Optimus Prime. Huh.
You got the touch. You got the power.
So here's the box. Him doing his iconic pose. Transform and kill some Decepticons. Optimus Prime. I am Optimus Prime. A truck doing a thing. And on the back. So here is Optimus Prime. And he's borderline perfect. Like, he's so good. I've heard people say that the Earthrise version was kind of like a shrunk down MP10, and this guy's like a shrunk down MP35, and you know, I can kind of see it. It's just so good. Like, it's all in proportion. The colors are correct. The detail isn't too much. Like, that head sculpt is just the best it could be. With his forehead crest, mouth plate, heroic eyes, and he just looks right into your soul and tells you everything's going to be okay. The window boobs are SpongeBob levels of square. He's got twin smokestacks that are actually good lengths. And his arms feel a bit stumpy, but that's accurate. His proportions are accurate, and they need to be that way to fit in the truck mode. He's even got the blue crotch stripe that goes all the way to the back. The stock articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Can look up and down, side to side, spin around. The shoulders can go out or all the way around and go out that far. You can properly T-pose and then do a tornado. The bicep, it certainly swivels. The elbow can bend forwards and backwards at 90 degrees. And you've got a wrist swivel along with articulated fingers. Oh, wait. You've got this finger, the index finger, separated so he can point heroically. And his other fingers are basically on two joints, but they're all fused together. So you can get some good poses. You can't get him swearing at you, but he can point, certainly. He can form a fist pretty good. And, you know, they're not the worst articulated hands I've ever seen. They're pretty good. The waist swivel, nice and smooth. The hips, take the skirt with them, and one side, yeah, and actually they both want to go, even though they're not like linked together, they just end up going at the same time. You can hold one down, but come on, there we go. Go all the way forward, all the way back, all the way out. I swivel here beyond 90 degrees of knee bend. That is some deep knee action. I think Optimus Prime would have a easy time fighting Sagat, maybe. And the ankle is locked, but it has that much tilt. It can go down as well, about that far. for now. So articulation. Wait. You have a butterfly joint. You have a butterfly joint. This one's really locked in. God damn it, am I going to break the toy? No, there we go. You have a butterfly joint. For one of the few times he's actually able to grab his own chest windows to open his matrix compartment. Mind you, he can't really dig his fingers into it, but like, you can do it. You can, honestly, I think you can do it without the butterfly joint. Oh, even his ears can emote when he wants to look sad, I guess. Now, I did say nearly perfect at the start, and let's address some small issues. First off, this shoulder is it this one? Which one is it? Yeah, this one is a tiny bit weak in like this motion. Like it'll I guess it. How far does it have to? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, no, it can fall back down. The same as this hip. Mind you, I have to shake it to show that it does it, so it's not a huge an issue, but you can probably take a screwdriver to that, which I do have. I meant to grab. I do have my tiny screwdriver set for when glasses need to be fixed, so let's give this a try. I'm just gonna, okay. Just tighten these screws a little bit. And who knows? Maybe it won't. Yeah. It's, I think, yeah, righty tighty, lefty. I don't think it did anything, but maybe it is holding a bit more. Okay. But the leg, unfortunately, can't do anything about because it's a pin. The thing I find hilarious, the heel spurs on every single copy of this toy are the wrong way up. They're supposed to be flipped around so that this part is lying flat. And while it doesn't affect the transformation, how did they let that slide? Like, it's funny. When it was announced, I'm like, are you serious? Like, and the big thing, I guess, the backpack. The backpack's not a deal breaker for me, but if it is to you, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe this hobby isn't for you. Because even the highest, the masterpiece, MP45 has pretty much a bigger backpack than this. So it folds up it folds out into the main front of the truck and the side, so like it had to be there. But if you can't handle it, I don't know. So, before we move on to truck mode, let's talk accessories and size comparison. So here he is with the previous Optimus Prime, the Earthrise. I know G2 Laser Prime. I only have the Black Convoy version. I didn't feel like grabbing him. Here's Power of the Primes Orion packs. I mean, Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. And just for fun, let's bring in the Shattered Glass version, because we'll talk about something to do with this at the end. Now, this guy is Commander, so he brings that big Commander bucks, and that means trailer. Here's a size comparison with the Earthrise trailer. I forgot I keep Dark of the Moon Megatron's gun in here. And some effect parts. This thing is not important. Get this piece of crap out of here. This thing has some features that definitely are features. So this helps it stand up, which you can fold away. It's got that there to peg into Optimus or Roller. And it's got these bits, which you can fold out for additional support. So that's cool. You can get this tight fit, there you go, to fold down the rear wheels. If you hinge this bit, you can unfold the rear wheels and get to all these blast effects that are more for vehicle mode, but you can store them in the trailer. That's cool. And if you open it, I just keep a bunch of crap in here. Oh, Emerald's Aaron. Nope, but you can recreate the repair bay, because you get a roller, the drone, repair drone, and his main two accessories. Let's talk about these two for a second. Here's Roller. Say hi, Internet. And it does roll on these 6 wheels very nicely. And it's got 2 ports there. The back one is compatible with the trailer, but it's so loose there's not a solid connection at all. But you do have an axis of movement. The middle one does not fit because it's shorter. And I believe there's compatibility for Titan Masters. I think you can get maybe 2 Titan Masters to sit in here. I don't have any on hand. I'll have to go grab some. And then you have the repair drone, which was plugged into Roller. It can extend one of its arms, which is a claw. The other is a satellite dish maybe, but you can also extend it all the way out, like thusly. And I know there's more compatibility with roller. You have these two tabs that plug into the front, but that doesn't really help anything. This bit's also on a hinge, and its cockpit can actually open. But it's probably too tiny to fit anything. You've also got, two pegs. That's how you do it. You got two pegs on the bottom. And then you have... Yep, it does tab in to itself. But you have the repair drone for mobile repair. Yay. You also have his iconic ion blaster, which is probably the best it's looked for a mainline. The gunmetal is very nice. Barrel is plastic effect compatible. Everything looks good. And he can hold it pretty well with the peg. And his fingers wrap around the peg. Except not really. Because the bottom three fingers are just low enough to not touch the peg, but his top finger kind of bumping it a bit, but still looks good. There you go. And you finally get his Energon axe, as kind of small as it is. It's not the size of it that matters. But you can fold away his wrist, which is part of the transformation, and that reveals a peg. I think this is the first G1 Optimus Prime I have that actually came with his axe. No, Orion Pax I think has an axe, but he's somewhere in storage. And obviously Gamer Edition came with that massive axe, but he is a separate continuity. Technically. So yeah, fairly decent axe. That's it for accessories, but that's really all you need. Because now it's time to go into truck mode. We're going to start by folding away his other hand. By opening the sleeve, closing it up, and now we're going to use those backwards elbow joints, like that. Also his smokestacks, while they do tab in and lock securely, sometimes they're very easy to bump out of place. But we're going to come to the legs, and we're going to fold this panel all the way to the side. Do the same thing on the other side. And there's a tiny little piece in the middle of his foot, right here, that you have to flip out on each side. One's a peg, one's a port, and that allows you to fold the feet up. So you have to do that. And that allows you to peg the legs together, but you might want to fold down the blue stripe before you do that, because it has to go between his legs anyway. And now we can fold these bits up, and we're temporarily done with the legs. We have to come back to them to finish off. So to go back to the torso, let's unpeg the backpack, and you want to fold these panels out, which, truth be told, I didn't even know that you had to fold them in the robot until I saw somebody asking for help saying they were too firm to fold. I'd be like, wait, those panels, they fold? What? I had to look at mine, I'm like, oh, they do. I transformed them so many times I didn't even notice them. But yeah, they clean up his midriff, which is nice. So then we're going to come to the back, fold that out, fold the sides down, and fold these little rectangle bits out, and have the backpack down here, and fold this. We can fold it out further to get the full grill. Come to the head. It's on a panel, so you want to fold the ears just so they don't get squished in the vehicle mode. And for quite a while, at least the first few transformations, I couldn't figure out how to lock this down. Like, it'd get to this part and I'm like, wait, it's not done. But it goes in further, and it felt like I was going to force it too much. It just went in there softly right now, which I didn't expect. Yeah, I had to like press on it really hard. So then we're going to want to fold up these gray panels right here, because they're going to allow us to spin the torso around. And then after that you want to spin the legs. Now we can flip up what was the robot grill, and then these gray bits are going to fold and not really lock together, but just rest there, and fold the sides back down. Now the arms are going to slide in to the back while rotating like that, and also tab in to the piece that was under the neck. And you're just going to want to make sure they're square, kind of boxy like that for now. The other one. And then the rest of it is folded out on these panels. You want to make sure the hinge is as high as it can be, and fold the panels to cover. Meanwhile, there you go. The arms are going to hide in there. Make sure everything's locked in. The grill is locked in. Now, rotate the legs up, but not at the hip joint. You want it to look like that. These panels are going to tab in to ports on the arms. Just make sure you get the proper angle. There you go. And they also lock in to the thighs. They port on the back of the thigh. And that exposes the trailer hitch. Just squish it together to make sure it's all locked in. Fold in this panel. It's going to sort of tab into the I guess not the wheels, but the red that the wheels are attached to. And then come to these gas tanks, fold, rotate that panel, and fold it up. It's going to tab into the thigh and to the main box of the truck, and fold out the wheels. And to the other side, do the same thing. Fold out the wheel. And there you have Studio Series Optimus Prime in his truck mode. And I can't believe they were actually able to pull that transformation off. Like, that was much more short form than I expected, and also really fun. Like, for the months I've been playing with this toy, I grab him off the desk, transform him, roll him once, and then transform him again. It's like, I want to do it again right now, because that like, damn, that is an impressive transformation. Truck mode, size comparison. Power of the Primes without the trailer. trailer. Coming next January. A new trailer for some random movie. Earthrise. And Shattered Glass. And it results in this really, really clean truck mode. Like, from most angles, there's just almost no robot visible. Like, one of the biggest issues with Prime is the truck bed, because things tend to get exposed there, and, like, I don't see robot legs. Sure, the feet are still there, and you're always going to have that. But, like, the fold-out wheels, the fact that this panel switches colors to blend into the truck and then blend into the legs, that's ingenious. Like, and if you look at the bottom, obviously there's some thunder thighs right there, but that's don't upskirt a truck. Yeah. And also, due to that transformation, my favorite mode of all, Gur truck with a beard. Just got a little beard hanging out down there. Just like the robot mode, however, there are a couple small flaws that I don't think hurt it that much. The top does look broken up a little bit, and there's nothing covering the little gray bits that were part of his chest stripe. But, like, those are so negligible. Like, obviously, a Transformer is going to have bits that, you know, look like they have to separate. It's the nature of it. And, you know, you could do a piece to fold out from somewhere to cover up those bits, but then you'd have to have it go somewhere in the robot mode, and then you're just adding more kibble to the robot mode that I think is unnecessary. So it rolls beautifully, although it is kind of hard to make the wheels, like, even. Like, you have to have everything perfect, and even then it's gonna rest on not all its wheels. The only thing, maybe, that I could say is I wish the door, like, it had functional doors that could fit something in there, but, you know, there's so much crammed in there, including a matrix that I totally forgot to show you. And to do that, I have to pull the panels, and there you have that bit, but you also have the matrix, and he can hold it with his articulated fingers. Kind of just wraps around one of his fingers. He can technically do the light our darkest hour pose, but he can't really pull. It's just kind of like that, like this. You can probably, not really, plug the gun into the trailer. Yeah. I just noticed now that there are pretty much no ports for weapon storage on this truck mode. Which just means you're supposed to friggin' plug it in here to, I believe I have it, I don't know. I kind of forget how it plugged it. Oh. There's a slot right there, I think. Yep. It goes on that, like that. And the axe uses the clasps like such. Also, just there's so much molded in detail here. And it can pull, but also not a solid connection. It just, there's no friction there whatsoever. Let's fold these back in. Close this up. There you go. There's the iconic Optimus image. Now that we're in vehicle mode, let's use these. So I think these two are actually for the ion blaster. Yeah. They're beam effect parts for the ion blaster. You get two of them for some reason. Shove them back in there. Shove the gun back. Well, I'm probably going to display him with gun and axe. But yeah, to recreate the box art, you have these two bits which plug together, and you have a pair of them plugged together right now over me, and they tab in like that. Can't tell if I'm doing this correctly, if this is the right side, or if it even matters. But now you can have a truck leaping up. I don't know if it's exhaust or how he's getting this means of propulsion, but like, he's gonna transform. He's gonna save the day. It's a one-time thing. I'm probably never gonna use them again. In fact, they're gonna go back in the trailer, and I'm gonna completely forget about them. So, overall, I highly, highly, highly recommend this Optimus Prime figure. Even if you're tired of Optimus Primes, he's just really, really good. This is one of the few Optimus Primes where I confidently say that I would take endless recolors of it. Give me a Nemesis, give me a Shattered Glass, give me fucking whatever you can think of. This figure is that good. He's so much fun to play with, he's fun to pose, he's fun to transform. Oh my god. I don't know what Studio Series is going to do next. Actually, we do. It's Devastator. But I don't know if it hold a dimly lit candle to this. Like, he's just so good. Like, Okay, now that I've sucked the figure off enough, I want to say a huge thank you to my buddy Robot Scrapyard for hooking me up with him. Last time I saw him, he still had some. Maybe if you haven't found him, you can find one there. I'm not sure. But I always link him in the description. And this Optimus definitely has the touch. And possibly the power. So, until next time, until all are one, keep it weird. Prime time.